So first of all, to give us a face, who we are a project funded under the Horizon 2020 scheme. We started in 2017 with 12 partners from different countries all over Europe. We are a nice team consisting technical experts and clinical experts working on a digital intervention for elderly in the situation of rehabilitation. So this was our main focus, and we have therefore also clinical reference sites in our consortium. We have now 3 active pilot sites with the Basque region, the Milan region, and also Bucharest region, and we address 4 different diseases, so chronic or post-acute rehabilitation, Parkinson disease, stroke disease, and heart failure are the main pathologies we used as trial. So what was the intention? The start of the WeCare journey was this gap that we saw in the most European or Western healthcare system, a disconnection between the inpatient sector, the clinical setting. When you have a stroke event, then you find a nice acute care, but in the moment when you are transmitted or to the home environment, you have a disconnect of care, treatment, and also rehabilitation action. And this was the gap we entered with WeCare, that we said we implement a virtual coach in this environment, which is prescribed during the clinical episode of the patient, which is based on a clinical pathway. And this virtual coach helps to improve the continuity of care. And last but not least, of course, to engage the patient to stay active. I hope the animation works. Yeah. So this is a little bit simplified. I skipped this slide because more or less the same message. Scope is a home environment to be active and proactive in the home environment based on a clinical pathway prescribed by a physician. So here with this slide, you see also this nice animation here on the left side. You see this avatar interacting with the patient, giving recommendations for the daily behavior, providing exercise information, sending reminders, and also collecting what we now call the patient-reported outcome measures, or let's say questionnaires. Very, very simple. So, which interacts with the patient in order to lower the risk factors, to improve the quality of life, the adherence to the care plan, and last but not least, I think a very important topic, to activate the patient by getting him more educated to be self-aware and treat your own diseases better. So we have this continuous loop implemented, and the virtual coach, some kind as a companion who translate the let's go back one, who translate the recommendations of the physicians into a daily schedule for the patient. And this daily schedule is then built in this app. You find there also the context data, so the heart rates, the steps, and so on, but also the recommendation and exercise. And this is more or less also the jump into the exercise. So we have integrated a cognitive training app and also a motorical training environment, I would say. Though, yeah, this is already an outlook. I wouldn't stress it too much. This is more to say, yes, we have a strategy for the next phase. We consider to transfer the IPRs or find a regulation to transfer parts of the IPRs to CIMAVI, which then allows us to have a single or focal point of contact for all future topics. And then we negotiate so the role of every partner. So you see here some core elements which can be seen as exploitable outcomes. You have this smart home environment which allows to contextualize the behavior in the own home setting. This was experimentally tested for the Parkinson disease. We have this integrated pathway modeler, so which allows physicians together with experts, modeling experts usually, to build these clinical pathways. Interestingly, these pathways are not decoupled from the backend. They are fully automated and integrated. So there's a model to code transformation that you put on a button, and when you save this, stores this to the system, it's really the, how to say, the DNA or the skeleton of the solution. So some additional components, maybe just to have a very brief this thing. You have a rule-based engine, which we say the brain or the knowledge layer, which gathers all the data and contextualize the data. This was built by the Forschungszentrum für Informatik. So the Karlsruhe colleague, the experts for informatics and machine learning. We have this serious games environment of Imagineria, which are the more or less only real product which we integrate into our nice solution. So this is very briefly the introduction of WeCare. The most of us were yesterday part of the final conference and saw also the evidence we gained and the results, which are pretty nice, I would say, for the state or which we end up so on a TRL 7.